This meeting is called to order in accordance with the Open Public Meeting Act. Notice of this meeting was provided to the Home News Tribune, the Star Ledger, and the Highland Park Planet on January 5th, 2024, and was posted on the Borough Hall website at www.hbborough.com and on the bulletin board of Borough Hall, 221 South Fifth Avenue, Highland Park, New Jersey, and has remained continuously posted as required by law. Fire exit are to my right and left of Council Chambers. Michael, can you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before we jump all the way into our business, tonight you see a new person, a new face on our dais, and our new borough attorney, Sapna Shah, and she's with the law firm of Rycone, Coughlin, and Mincello. You will hear more about her when we pass the resolution later on tonight. With that said, clerk, roll call, please.
Mayor Foster.
Here.
Councilwoman Canavera. Councilman George. Councilman Hale.
Here.
Council President Hirsch.
Here.
Councilwoman Kim Chohan. Councilman Postelnick.
Here.
Borough Attorney Shaw. Here. Borough Administrator Hover.
Here. And I just want to note that Councilmember George is still out after some surgery, so that's why he's not here. And everyone knows about Stephanie. Okay. Approval of minutes. Motion to approve minutes as distributed from January 2nd, 2024, the reorg.
So moved. Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Hale.
Yes.
Council President Hirsch.
Yes.
Councilman Postelnick.
Yes.
And now we're going to move on to council report. Councilmember Hale.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Just a brief one today. Earlier today, I was very fortunate to attend an event at Rutgers Pillow Club with Councilman Postelnick and Council President Hirsch as well, with representatives of the Attorney General's office, the Israeli consulate, and numerous elected officials from around the state. The topic was the growing rise of anti-Semitism and Semitic violence going on in and around New Jersey. According to the speakers, well, the Jewish population makes up 2.4% of the people in New Jersey. 60% of all bias crimes in the last 2 years are against Jews. So let that sink in for a little bit. The head of the Attorney General's Civil Rights Division also noted a dramatic increase in the number of anti-Semitic incidents at college and universities, but the biggest rise noticed was in K through 12 schools. Today's schools are the #1 place for reported bias incidents, and that's also very troubling indeed. There was not a lot of new strategies discussed to combat this age-old scourge, but there was a plea from the law enforcement and legislative folks at the event to please report incidents of hate or bias, no matter the form, to the police. They promised again and again to investigate thoroughly and when appropriate, prosecute to the full extent of the law. But this can only happen if people report any incidents. Obviously, you can and should feel free to report incidents to the Highland Park Police Department, but you can also report directly to the Attorney General's office. There's a bias crime unit. Telephone number is 609-984-6500. And there's an 800 toll-free number, 800-277-BIAS. That's 2427. And so it was a sad event, but it was also a one where there are places, and please do report if incidents like this, any incidents of bias are out there, please do report. On a decidedly happier note, I wanted to give a shout out to Mike Bieberman and Cybernight Computing, who celebrated 25 years in Highland Park. I also wanted to thank the mayor and Council President Hirsch, who were able to attend a party for Mike this weekend, for Mike and Cybernight. The mayor presented Mike with a key to the city, and it's very well deserved. For those of you who don't know Mike and his family, Roz, Jonah, Sydney, and Isaac, they're amazing and wonderful people, and they're the first to pitch in to help with anything, and they're always the last to leave. So I just wanted to say thank you to Mike and to all the Beagermans and to Cybernight for making HP your home for these last 25 years. And that's my report, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilmember Poston.
Mayor, can I just add to that real quick?
Sure, Chief.
So all the stuff that.
Chief, but we want those at home to hear
Got
you.
it. I always forget. I just want to reiterate what Councilman Hale. Just gonna turn it on. Wow, this is not working. Oh, God. I just want to reiterate what Councilman Hale said about reporting. There are links on the borough's website for the police department to all the bias reporting for both Highland Park and to the AG's office. So you can go right to that website, and from there it has all the directions. It's in other languages in English, and it tells you everything you need to do to report any kind of bias, whether you want to do it to us directly if you're comfortable with that. If not, you want to go right to the AG's office. All the information is there on our website. So everybody should know that. I've been saying it for years. Please, as soon as it happens, tell us. Knowing it happened 3 days ago in a clothing description doesn't help us find the person who did an awful thing. We need to know right away as fast as possible. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you, Chief.
Councilmember Poston.
Thank you, Mayor. I also have a brief report tonight. So good evening, everyone. Just want to start off with a brief reminder that we usually provide that the borough has grocery, transportation, online food shopping assistance while we enter this shorter period without a supermarket. Please reach out to the staff at the community center at 732-809-0052 assistance that you may need. And then just have a couple of community center programming highlights. Today at the community center, they hosted a Lunar New Year celebration. Community center members enjoyed an afternoon of music and performances featuring dragon and lion dances. Thank you to Kim and the team of the community center for another successful event. Coming up, we have Valentine's Day luncheon next Monday, February 12th, 12 p.m. at the community center, featuring musical performance by the Cimarrones. And currently at the community center, we have some free COVID tests available while supplies last. So stop by or give a call if you're interested in seeing if you can acquire any of those. And then lastly, just some rec programming highlights I'd like to mention. We have a ton of programming going on right now and starting to already gear up for upcoming spring programming, which will include flag football, youth t-ball, baseball, and softball, youth basketball clinics, spring track and field, a Highland Park Youth Theater program, recreation dance, youth art class, adult fitness, adult basketball, adult soccer, adult volleyball, adult pickleball, which is new, and we're very excited to see that come here. So yeah, we are a small town, but we are mighty when it comes to rec programming and in so many other ways. Just the one little last note is that our summer camp programming planning is preparations are underway for the next summer camp season. We're already interviewing returning camp staff, and summer camp positions will be open to the public later this month, and there will be a summer camp job fair at the high school on February 22nd. And again, just gearing up for broad array of programming. The summer camp is going to include a day camp, a sports camp, a leaders and training camp, and a couple of theater camps. So we've got a lot to offer, so please check it out at the MyRec website. And Mayor, that is my report for tonight.
Thank you. Council President.
Thank you, Mayor. I don't know how they do it, Councilman Bissoni. That's an amazing team.
That's a great team.
It really is. They do so much, and I am not just saying that to pat ourselves on the back. It really is just phenomenal on the services are provided there, and so well attended too. Not much of a report tonight, just a few calendar items coming up. I did want to remind folks that there's an environmental committee. My name is Matt Hirsch. I chair the Public Works Committee, which includes the Environmental Commission. And the Environmental Commission is meeting tomorrow, February 7th, on Zoom at 8 p.m. Those meetings are really well run, 8 to 9:30. For me, the time works. So it's a great meeting. So please tune in. In Councilwoman Karen Rivera's absence, I just want to say that the Board of Health will meet tomorrow, Thursday, February 8th at 7 p.m. on Zoom. Just a note to get the word out. On Monday, January 29th, in the Triangle section, the one of our garbage trucks broke down during collection. And so collection for parts of the triangle was delayed until Tuesday. Thanks to our DPW, Michael Zerkowitz, for addressing that repair need and for getting the services collected. If you if you do see a disruption in service, please give a call, and likely you'll get a very quick and swift response. You'll see on the agenda tonight, there is a lot of administrative activity, and there's a resolution for emergency repairs to that garbage truck, and we are looking in the long term for additional investments for DPW. And just for some personal privilege, Mayor, because I'm second chair of the Finance Committee, and with Councilwoman Kim Chohan on leave, I was able to be liaison to our new rent control board. And I just wanted to first thank the members of the board for really being truly thoughtful and deliberative, in what was actually someone who works in housing and tenant advocacy. This was a pretty unique case, but the needs of the tenants, the needs of the property owners who are local, not an at-large LLC, were taken seriously, and we feel that the resolution, that the outcome was done to make all parties happy. Terry O'Hara, thank you so much for the administrative support there. It's a new thing, and it's one of my favorite aspects of policy is when we're able to not only identify a problem, but then put in an infrastructure where we're going to set those guardrails to really identify the extent of the issue and other things that we need to look out for, like tweaks to the ordinance if that's necessary, or other areas that we need to be focusing on. So it was really exciting. Mayor, you put together a great board, and it was really an honor to be a liaison and watch this great new board work and take the work really seriously, which is awesome. That's my report, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Borough Administrator report.
I don't have one this evening, thanks.
Our newly minted Borough Attorney report.
I don't have a report, but I just wanted to say to everybody, thank you for having me, and I look forward to working with everybody.
Okay. And now it's my report. And today I also attended the Lunar New Year festival activities, and this year is the year of the dragon at the community center, and it was spectacular. They had a great dragon dance, and the people who in attendance had a great time, and it was so lovely that Metuchen Asian Club came out to do the performance, and I just want to say thank you so much again for coming out. And this Thursday at our high school, Highland Park High, from 5 to 8 p.m. will be a Lunar New Year, our very own Lunar New Year festivity, and that's put on by the Asian Club at the high school. So if you have a moment and you have some time, you want to have great food and some craft and dance and dancing, come on out to the high school on Thursday the 5th from 5 to 7 p.m. Little bit of more update. We had our first Supermarket Advisory Council meeting a week ago, almost, and it was great. We're still looking for people who want to get engaged to come out and share their thoughts and comments, and we will be meeting one or two more times to collect all the data, because I received some emails today that people said that they wanted to attend, but they weren't aware. So tomorrow, check with Harry, our public information officer, or look at our Take 5, or go to the Borough website to see when the meetings are going to be held, so you can be a part of it. Your concerns, comments, and opinion can be looked at and see how we can possibly insert or add or make you be aware of what's coming in a new supermarket, because we're really super excited about having Super Fresh. So with that said, this month, on a very serious note, this month we celebrate and honor Black History Month. And I will share with you an overview of a celebrated 21st century African-American intellectual who has made his home here in Highland Park. And that's Dr. Ivan Van Sertima, who was born in British Guyana in South America. He attended London University and Rutgers Graduate School and had a degree in African Studies and Anthropology. He spent much of his career as a professor of African Studies at Rutgers University. Dr. Van Sertima is perhaps best known for They Came Before Columbus. That's the book he wrote, They Came Before Columbus. And the African-American Presence in Ancient America, published by Random House Press in 1977. The book has been printed 29 times and was awarded the Clarence Holt Prize. Dr. Van Sertima wrote Early America Revisited, and founded and served Dr. Van Sertima wrote Early America Revisited. He founded and served as the editor of the Journal of African American Civilization and edited many books such as African Presence in Early America and The Great African Thinkers and The Great Black Thinkers, Ancient and Modern. Dr. Van Sertima lectured at more than 100 universities in the United States, Canada, the Caribbean, South America, and in Europe. He also served as a visiting professor at Princeton University. In 1991, he was presented to speak at the Smithsonian in Washington, and about his controversial thesis about African presence in pre-Columbian America, which the Smithsonian published in 1994, The Race, Discord, and the Origins of the America, a New Worldview of 1492. Dr. Van Sertima was chosen by the Nobel Peace Prize Committee, and he had the opportunity at the Academy to interview and nominate persons going on to be selected for the Nobel Peace Prize. He served in this as a lecturer in this area from 1976 to 1980. He was also invited to join the UNESCO International Commission for Rewriting the Scientific and Cultural History of Humankind. Dr. Van Sertima passed away in May 2009, leaving behind his wife, Jacqueline, and 2 daughters. A conference celebrating the life and legacy of Dr. Van Sertima was held by the Pan-African Studies Department at the University of Kentucky in January of 2010. I had the opportunity to have met Dr. Van Sertima, worked on various projects for Black History Month with him in Highland Park, and I also had the opportunity to present him with the NAACP Humanitarian Award in Anthropology. He was a great person and a great American. We all learned a lot from him. That's my report. Now, it's time for our first of 2 public discussions. Total time allotted is 21 minutes, 3 minutes maximum per speaker. Comments are limited to items on the agenda. If you want to speak on an item that is not listed, please do so at the second public comment session later on in the meeting. The borough clerk will monitor the time and indicate when 3 minutes have lapsed. She will give you a warning of 30 seconds remaining. I may interrupt, warn, or terminate a participant statement if it does not adhere to the 3 minutes provided, or if the statement is abusive, obscene, or irrelevant. Comments from members of the public attending in person will be heard first, followed by those on Zoom. Those on Zoom who are interested to speak, you can use the raise hand button or *9 on your phone keypad. Please begin. For those in the meeting in person, please come to the microphone and share your name and address. And see that we have none. Anyone on Zoom?
I do see a hand raised, Mayor, and we have 7 people watching from home.
Okay.
Looks like phone number ending 4445. Please state your name and address, please.
Hi, Lois Loving, North 2nd Avenue. Okay, on the agenda, two questions. 2-2467, talking about professional services redevelopment for 810 North 2nd Avenue. Is that old block building that had Hilltop Laboratories years ago, and then I think Honeywell decades before that? Where is 810?
Yes.
Just 1 second.
13.
Okay, can I ask?
Oh. Okay, I was like, where is it? I'm trying to see. Oh, yes, Council Member Hill.
Yes, 810 is that old laboratory building up on Second.
Okay, thank you. And the other question, although I have a comment on what was just part of a report, 2-24-76, purchasing rock salt through Middlesex County. Has the ordinance that prevented homeowners from using rock salt that was passed early in this century, has that been repealed? Because there was a big brouhaha about dogs' feet being burned. So whether you put it on the sidewalk or on the roadway, animals usually cross over one way and then to get home. So why are we suddenly going to rock salt, which is, well, it breaks cement, but it also burns feet?
Lois, I don't have an answer for that question, but we can look into it and see what type of rock salt will be used.
Thank you. Okay, before my time is up, I have to say, Mayor, I could hear you beautifully, clearly, specifically every word. I heard a little bit about the Attorney General's office and keys to the city for someone who's here 25 years. I sure hope you'll breathe 66 some years, 60 that I know my father talked about. I don't know what kind of award Ubrees has gotten. And I'm going to say, Mayor, the rest of the council was very, very, very difficult to hear. I could hear one or every 5 words, but if I don't speak as clearly and close to the mic as you do, then we don't hear what they're doing. But thank you. I'll talk to you again later. Thank you.
Noted. Council members, please speak into the microphone. Okay, anyone else?
I don't see any other hands raised.
Okay. Ordinance required second reading. Clerk, can you please report an ordinance number 23-2801?
Ordinance providing for improvements to North 4th Avenue, Dennison Street, and Harper Street projects in the county of Middlesex, state of New Jersey, appropriating $609,980,000 from the Department of Transportation Municipal Aid Program. Therefore, to pay the cost thereof has been duly advertised for consideration of passage on final reading by title, and affidavits of publication are on file.
And now it's a public hearing. Now it's time for public hearing on this ordinance. If you wish to speak on the ordinance, please come to the microphone or use your raise hand button on your phone.
Mayor, I do see
Mayor?
a hand raised. It looks like it's Lois Loving, I believe. If
Okay.
you could just, hold on, confirm it's you. And if you have a comment on this ordinance in particular, please.
Okay, she said I'm unmuted, the robot. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's long overdue. Dennison Street is a horrible pothole. I can't remember North 4th and Harper. But does that include sidewalks if they're required?
Not sidewalks outside of any of the corners where we would do what is necessary to bring them up to ADA curb standards. So corners are typically included as we do our road projects.
Okay, all right, thank you again.
You're welcome. Anyone else?
No other hands up, Mayor.
Okay. May I have a motion to adopt or reject ordinance number 23-2081?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Hale,
Yes.
Council President Hirsch,
Yes, and just to echo what Lois Levin just said, these streets are badly in need of repair. And Harper Street, welcome to the neighborhood of smooth roads. You were the missing link, and now you're there. That's one of those that's one of those non-asphalt concrete roads that were a hallmark in Highland Park that is now being smoothed over. So good news, absolutely yes.
Councilman Pistonik.
Yes.
Clerk, please report on the introduction of ordinance number 23-2082.
Calendar year ordinance to exceed the municipal budget appropriation limits and to establish a cap bank, NJSA 40A:4-45.14, has been duly introduced by the Finance Committee for consideration of passage on first reading by title.
May I have a motion to adopt or reject ordinance number 23-2082, authorizing publication as revised by law and public hearing for February 20th, 2024?
Motion.
Roll call.
Councilman Hale,
Yes.
Council President Hirsch,
Yes.
Councilman Pistonik.
Yes.
May I have a motion to adopt or reject the following consent agenda items 13A through 13AH?
So moved. Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Hale,
Yes.
Council President Hirsch,
Yes.
Councilman Pistonik.
Yes.
May I have a motion to adopt? Oh, no.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Resolution requiring a separate reading 14A-2-24-82. Resolution to amend 2024 municipal temporary budget.
Motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Hale,
Yes.
Council President Hirsch,
Yes.
Councilman Pistonik.
Yes.
Appointments to boards of health, Jennifer Perez Higdalo. Motion's confirmed.
So moved.
Can I get a
Second.
second? Roll call. Roll call.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Councilman Hale,
Yes.
Council President Hirsch.
Yes.
Councilman Pistonik.
Yes.
Human Relations Commission, Brian Fitzgerald from Highland Park Police Department as a representative, and Caitlin Dean, Highland Park Police Department, second representative. No confirmation needed. So now it's time for a second public discussion session. Time allotted is 21 minutes, 3 minutes maximum per speaker. The borough clerk will monitor the time and indicate when 3 minutes have lapsed. She will give you a warning when there is 30 seconds remaining. I may interrupt, warn, or terminate the participant's statement if it does not adhere to the 3 minutes provided, or if the statement is abusive, obscene, or irrelevant. Comments from members of the public attending in person will be heard first, followed by those on Zoom. Do we have anyone in the public who wishes to speak? Not at this time. Now, do we have anyone on
I
Zoom?
do see a hand raised, Lois Leving. You could just confirm it's you and it's yours.
Okay, thank you. Lois here, North Second Avenue. Okay, last July when I spoke with the mayor in her office, we talked about price tags, some of them missing in borough stores, against the state law violation. I wonder, and the thrift shop specifically has told me they refused to do, wasn't the manager, was the worker, very nice, refused to do even a general price list. I don't know if that's moving forward. And just as an aside, since we have no grocery store yet, the ShopRites in Edison and Piscataway also often have no price tag. For all you people who know, in the frozen department, and some prices have gone from $2.99 to $4.29, $3.99 for the same vegetable. So is there any movement on whoever took our Chamber of Commerce type place, who is working on seeing that items are tagged with price tags?
Well,
Hello?
Lois.
Okay, thank you.
Lois, there's a Department of Consumer Affairs in Middlesex County that you can call, and they will send an investigator out to investigate those stores who do not have price tag listed on their items.
Yeah, I went through that once. It wasn't fun, but okay. And I wonder
They can
this
do the
year,
enforcement.
yes, yes, and it lasts for a short time, but okay. We had one shovelable snow, one snowfall. Have any tickets, or has this been resolved that the residential homes are in New Jersey are not owner occupied, not if they're rented, owner occupied residential homes do not have to maintain, repair, remove anything from the public right of way, the sidewalks that border their property, the perimeter?
Could you repeat that? You're saying that if, could you repeat that?
Sidewalks
Because I'm not sure I understand you correctly.
Okay, how many tickets have been given out for residential sidewalks? There are statutes that clearly state that owner-occupied homes, 1 and 2 family homes, do not owe any repairs or snow removal to the public. Only commercial, which also includes in the state law, the schools, churches, and of course the stores and offices. So the right-of-way can be explained clearly by CME, Bruce Koch, anybody who is familiar with this, but we are not supposed to be ticketed for snow removal as has been done in the past 5 or 10 years ago when we got snow. So have any snow tickets been handed out to owner-occupied 1 and 2 family homes?
I don't know, but I can ask my police chief. I'm not sure he has the answer sitting with him at this point to say yes or no. But I am not aware of any ticket that was issued to any household for not following our ordinance of cleaning the sidewalk within 24 hours of the snow coming down. We have not had that kind of snow in a while either. So the answer to your question is I can check and get back to you, but I am not aware of any tickets being issued.
Okay, well, that's good to know, because just because our ordinance is incorrect doesn't mean we have to follow it. But I think more importantly, I would hope you could look into the rock salt ordinance that prohibited businesses. What's the bank that just left on South 4th? Next to the
30
post office.
seconds.
They've got in trouble years ago for continuing to use the rock salt. So I find it surprising, that's all, that the borough is using that instead of calcium calcite or sodium calcite. But whatever is more gentle and yet still works. So I don't know if there is anything, because they both have the burning sodium, calcium chloride. Better.
As I said,
Slightly
Lois,
better.
we'll look into that and get back to you.
Thank you. Okay, I'll let you
You're
go.
quite welcome. Thank you. Council President.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Lois, for bringing up the issue of residential sidewalk removal. I do just want to say that it is required that residents do remove snow from their sidewalks according to ordinance, and that is enforceable. Obviously, we don't want to, be draconian when it comes to that, but there are instances where you may have a resident who has is vision impaired, can't maneuver the sidewalks effectively, is pushing a stroller, maybe in a wheelchair. So there are a number of reasons why having clear sidewalks is important and that it's enforceable. However, I will say that if there is a concern, or if you have a neighbor or you see an uncleared sidewalk, 12 hours, 24 hours after the cessation of snowfall, to please call and report it to the Department of Public Works, and they will work with the property owner. They'll reach out to the property owners without being punitive, but will instruct of what our policy is, and to at least assist in making sure that not actually remove snow, but provide a list of vendors, volunteer and otherwise, that we have who are available for snow removal. So there are so many options, and that's one of many ways to participate in a safe and walkable community, is to make sure that our sidewalks are clear during now even more rare instances of measurable snow. So thanks, Lois, for bringing that up.
else? Okay, seeing that there's none, may I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
All in favor?
Second.
I need a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Good night, all. Our next scheduled meeting will be February 20th at 7 p.m. Have a good night. Have a great week.